3, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, well, we never know how Trolldonger is going to go, and they are off and running, and here we go. We're going to see both of these guys do the three first. We're going to see these guys do the same exact things, and, it'll be amazing to see what differences these two are going to do and whatnot.
Yeah, there's no route divergence here. There's going to be no two first, no anything like that, no white sword. These guys are just going to go straight speed. One's going to be ahead. There's going to be a lot of back and forth. It's going to be very cool to watch.
Well, there we go. Eunos already having an issue there with the screen scroll, which is going to give Lack some extra time as we do pause for resyncing here. And so Lack, we're already a room ahead of Eunos.
Yeah, I think Eunos is letting Lack go ahead and scout out the rest of the level. He kind of wanted to peek over on his screen and see what's ahead of him, what's planned for himself. So that's a pretty good strategic move by Eunos here.
So we do see LackAttack going after the bombs here from the Dark Nuts, and Eunos, who already took a bomb here, is going to have to do the same thing. Doesn't have the beam sword for the keys up above.
Yeah, and the good thing here is that Eunos got the first early bombs. They're both actually going to transition to the keys room at the same time. Eunos got the first bomb. Lack had to clear the room for them, so they're evened up already.
Yeah, it took a little extra time to clear out that room with the Dark Nuts here, which gives Eunos a little chance to catch up. But Lack with a very narrow lead at this point.
So if you're watching this kind of for the first time or kind of casually here, what they're doing here is they're trying to keep their bomb count high. They're counting their way through 3 using bombs because they're only going through this with a wooden sword. They're very understaffed here right now, so they're trying to make their way through by using bombs and keeping their bomb count high.
0, 1, and 5 for both runners. Eunos going to have to be careful. Take a look at his heart count.
Yeah, and we've got the trolliest boss coming up ahead in level 3. It's Manhandle. It's one of the pure RNG bosses where they're going to know where he starts, but as far as where he goes after he starts, completely up to the game. So it's a very scary boss to encounter right away.
Well, let's see how Eunos does. Well, he's going to be, looks like he'll be the first one to actually get to him, as maybe hoping to get hurt. He didn't get that. As both of these guys get ready to deal with Manhandle, this is where this race could get really tight. Manhandle spawns bottom right here for Eunos, top left for Lack. Perfect here for Lack, and Eunos is in trouble here. Just spent his last bomb.
Yeah, he's got to take down the last arm here with 4 sword hits, so he's trying to do that without getting hit. Does it beautifully and keeps the bomb because he does not get hit. So he forced a bomb on Manhandle, and because he didn't get hit when he sworded him down, that bomb stayed. So he was able to leave level 3 with the 4 bombs that he wanted. That was very well done by Eunos. LackAttack making quick work of that Manhandle there.
Wow, what a fight there from Eunos, and that's the big thing, was the fact that he kept the bomb drop. And that's going to be huge for level 4 because, as everyone knows who's been watching these any percent runs, you need 2 bombs in level 4.
Yeah, absolutely. So LackAttack had the clean level 3, kind of the way you draw it up. Eunos kind of had to work around to do it, but in a race situation, if you ask Eunos, if you have a bad Manhandle, you lose bombs, but you're able to leave there with 4 and not have to go back into 3, you'd have taken that any day. So very well done by Eunos there.
Absolutely. He did ask for a mulligan in the IRC. I
saw that too.
But I would not take a mulligan after how that fight ended there. Great job by Eunos, as both of these guys are going to be working up their counts for bombs as well as for rupees in this level.
Yeah, so they're both kind of rupee shy right now. You kind of want to come into level 4 with 5 or more rupees. They're both under that count. So they're probably looking at doing a double hundo anyway. So I don't think they're going to be working on rupees too much. Lack has a better chance than Eunos, most likely, just because of the bomb and money situation. But we'll see what happens here.
I don't think Lack really wanted that gel to be hit with the sword beam that's split into 2. I think he may have wanted him for some rupee chances coming up here as Eunos comes into the breakfast room as well.
Yeah, Lack going to pull the ladder right around a 410, 411, which is, north of where he wants to be usually, but a really good race time right now.
So at the end, it is going to be 6, 2, and 5, and 8, 2, and 6.
Yeah, so Lack's guaranteed to have 18 rupees coming out here. He's going to need 12 more all the way through 1. He has 6 bombs, which is an advantage. So one strategy he can do is he can force a 5er in the Vire room here coming up, just depending on how he wants to work the count. Eunos is probably going to focus on bombs.
And once again, 2 bombs head into the room with the error key. Grab the key and set yourself up with the clean fires. Both of these Looks like Lack wanted to get that key, so it's on the staircase. Had a little bit of a pause right there, but so let's see how the fires line up here for LackAttack.
Yeah, he does force his bomb, so he's going to get out of here with 6. He's going to have 18 rupees, so unless he can... I'm sorry, with 5. Unless he can get 12 rupees here in level 1 or in the desert on the way to the 30 secret, he's probably going to be double hundo himself. They're both probably wanting to do 30-30 just because it's a little bit quicker than that double hundo.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of time there to head to that second hundo, and LackAttack through the Gleeok fight. Here comes Eunos against Gleeok.
And we're both through 4, which is great to see. You want to see a clean 3 and 4 by both runners so we have a race. And this is kind of where you know if we're going to have a clean race between 2 top-level players, if nobody has a major hiccup in 3 or 4. So it's great to see them both get out of there like that.
So LackAttack now heading over to level 1. Once, as you mentioned before, needs 12 more rupees to make it to 30. Looks like Lack had a little bit of issues with the screen scroll. That matches what Eunos did earlier.
Yeah, so both of them had that problem on one screen scroll there. It takes a few seconds off their time. Eunos has almost caught Lack here. He's only down $3 now. So for all the problems we've had, guys, we're basically even here in this race.
That was a very solid room of the levers there to put Lack at 24 rupees.
Yeah, them levers have 2 chances on the globals to give you a drop of 5 rupees. So Lack was able to either know where he was on that global or just randomly pick those up. So that was very well done.
So level 1, get to the bow, and it looks like LackAttack is going to be working up his count. Gets the beam sword back, which is nice for this next room.
Yeah, level 1's kind of one of those. It's very easy to do, right? Because, you know, now we've got 5 hearts instead of coming in here with 3, like in the vanilla game, like if you're just playing it casually. So, you know, they're a little, you know, overpowered right now as far as health and those types of things, where they're trying to do it as fast and efficiently as possible while working counts at the same time, knowing they're going to 5 next. So that's kind of the hidden danger of level 1 is working your counts, not taking bops, those types of things. Like Eunos took that one unfortunate bop there.
Look what LackAttack has. He's got enough that he doesn't have to do double hundo now.
Yeah, he's got the magic 30 and 8. So 31 and 8 going to the bow is exactly what you want to be sitting on. So Black's done it. Eunos has a little work ahead of him. He still needs 9 more rupees. So either a force and a random, or he's got to think double hundo now.
And he took a bop earlier, so his count's going to be semi-low at this point as both of these guys get ready to head on over to Aquamentus.
Yeah, Aquamentus is one of the easier bosses in the game. It only takes 6 hits with the wooden sword or 2 hits and a bomb. So usually you'll see a bomb strat out of both of them.
LackAttack getting hit with a Gria, but I don't think he really matters at this point. Yeah, it sucks that you took the hit because of the refill coming up, but you're not working on a count that you need to keep your run going.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be very interesting to see how Eunos wants to play this desert. Is he just going to scroll through and go and do double hundo and put his head down, or is he going to sit here and try to generate 9 rupees here? So it's very important to see what happens.
Eunos ended up getting out of level 1 just shy of a couple of seconds over LackAttack here. And here comes the question, what is Eunos going to do? We're going to see him do a little killing over here to see if he can't drop a 5, but I think based on the fact he wasn't even trying to tank those Octoroks, he's already committed to double hundo.
Yeah, he committed to it. For the time that he's going to have to put the investment of killing those Octos and then killing the levers, it's basically, let's go ahead and scroll, get the double hundo, assure myself arrow strats in 7, and just go ahead and do it that way. So I think Eunos made that decision midway through 1 that's what he was going to do.
So now we are at a 2-1 as far as the oops on the screen scrolls, and both of these runners are very, very proficient with screen scrolls, so it's very unusual to see them have an issue whatsoever. As Eunos here getting ready to head over towards, I believe, the raft area.
Eunos is definitely going with a different route now. He's probably going to go and do the ladder raft combo, and maybe, what are we going to see here? Is this the cantaloupe strat? So I apologize, guys. Before, I thought we weren't going to have too much of a route divergence, but I think that random is correct here. We're going to see a red candle out of Eunos.
So he's going to go ahead and grab this heart container off the coast, and looks like his next stop is going to be on over towards level 2.
Yep, so he's saying, I'm not going to go to the northeast. I'm not going to get that hundo. I'm just going to go ahead and do level 2, get my bombs ready for level 5, which is kind of the reason you do 2-5. But then one of the things when you see him in level 5, he's going to have to be cognizant of is he's going to need bombs for later because he's going to 7 soon after that.
LackAttack going through Fort Gibdo right now.
Yeah, this is one of those dangerous rooms because you're trying to keep a count and steal the bombs from this Gibdo. And that was actually one of the best Fort Gibdos patterns that you can have. You only had to take down one of them, and then the other one came just north of you, so you can stab him, steal the bomb, and get out of there without taking damage. So that's very well done by Lack.
But now the Room of Requirement.
Yeah, why do we call this the Room of Requirement, Rick?
Well, it's because these blue dark nuts are blocking a required recorder. Nice heart container nice heart right there. Or fairy, rather. This recorder is required for many things in this run. 2 dig doggers, opening of level 7. And that was a pretty solid Room of Requirement there for LackAttack.
Yeah, that was really well done. I mean, he was able to get multiple dark darts in there and damage them at the same time. So one bomb was taken on 2 or 3 of them. I mean, you've got to do so much damage in there with, very limited resources that having them group up like he did and keeping control of what was going on in front of him was the key to the name of the game there. And Lack did a very good job with that room. And as we're describing this, though, Eunos had a great 2. He's already out of 2 right now.
Yeah, his 2 was splendid. He's got the 35 rupees, 8 bombs. Lack does have only 2 bombs at this point.
Yeah, so Lack's probably going to go with the 2-bomb strat here. These Gibdos went ahead and separated on him. He is going to drop a bomb here. He's trying to catch both of them at once. So one of the strats you can do is drop a bomb there and make it quicker because it's either 7 or 8 strikes with the wood sword, or you can do a few strikes and drop a bomb and clear them out. So he's trying to group them up. Unfortunately, one of them got away, so that strat kind of failed him. What he's going to be able to do now, though, is drop a bomb on Dig Dogger. It's going to switch him automatically to the recorder, save him a menu, and he'll be on the recorder when he leaves 5. So this is the 1-bomb strat on Dig Dogger.
That helps save you some menu time as Eunos picks up the 100 Seeker right here.
Okay, so this tells me he is going to go with the blue candle up before 5. He's just doing it in a different pattern. So, and we see some swag here. So on the swag scale, it's 1-0. Eunos with the HUD clip coming on over here. He's going to go past the letter, and he's going to walk up just like he meant to here.
Actually, I don't know if he's going to go do the candle right now. Because he already did his, he's going straight to 5. He's got no time for the blue candle. Because what he's doing right now is he's got 136 rupees. He just needs 4 more now, 3 more rupees, and he'll do his shopping after level 5.
Yep, that good call there. I completely missed that he was going to go ahead and do this because he's looking for that magic 140 after 2 and 5 instead of the other way around. So, I like this from Eunos. He doesn't have to get that hundo in the west now.
So, pretty much, we don't know who's leading who at this point. It will come together once we get to the shopping in level 7.
Oh my gosh, and that Taz clip right there from Eunos to get through that diamond staircase. If you would have blinked, you missed it, because that was absolutely phenomenal.
Hey, Redbird Grand.
What's up?
I blinked.
Hey, you missed it, man. It was great.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal, almost perfect right in there. There's the bomb force on the Dark Nuts there for Eunos.
Yeah, and the key thing here to remember is that he is going to 7 now after 5, so there's no in-between level 2 where you're going to be able to refill bombs like Lack's having right now. Lack's headed to level 2 where bombs are basically free. Eunos is going to have to sword these guys down because he's got to work on his bomb count, either in the Dodongos or get enough rupees to buy them, but most likely he's going to be forcing them off Dodongos in the middle of 5 here.
And somewhere in all of this, he still has to get 3 more rupees.
Yeah, there's some free rupees he's going to be able to pick up. Well, not free rupees. It's going to take him a little bit of time, but the gels that are just to the east of the Dodongos can give you a 5 rupee.
So Eunos picking up the recorder and making his way over towards the remainder of this level as the LackAttack heads into level 2. And right now, as noted before, LackAttack with 0 bombs, but that really doesn't matter here in this level 2.
And so Eunos grabs the 4-pack of bombs right there, so he's still a little short on his bombs. He's only going to have to force 1 of them. If you want to kind of know who's ahead, what Lack has to do is just finish level 2, and he's going to go shopping right after that. Eunos has to get through 5, and then he's going to go shopping. So it's kind of the race on who gets through these 2 levels first. Does get a great pattern that Dodongo does not turn north on him, stays to the right, so he's able to force up to 8. He's only going to use 1 bomb now on Digdogger, and then he's going to wood sword the rest of Digdogger down.
Yeah, it looks like what Eunos might be doing is getting ready for a count coming up here. We'll see whether or not he's able to keep on to it as LackAttack continues to dig to this level 2. And, well, if Eunos was working on a count, there it went.
Yeah, there goes the count, and unfortunately now he's at 4.5 hearts, which seems like it's okay, but every time Digdogger hits you, it's 2 hearts. So he only has 2 bops of Digdogger before he dies. So this is kind of be a scary little kind of a clutch fight here.
So as Eunos heads on over, Dodongo being Trolldongo here for LackAttack.
All right, so Eunos is going to grab this Triforce out of 5 before Lack gets the Triforce in 2. He's going to have to whistle down now to 4, like Lack is going to be doing, so they're basically tied right now.
Yeah, but the big difference here is Eunos needs to find 3 rupees for the shopping expedition, hoping to get it off. The lever gets a single, so he now needs 2 more rupees.
Yeah, he's going to be working on these Octorots all the way through here, trying to get the last 2 rupees.
So
the sink is real, though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the sink is real, but the problem is the sink will get detached right immediately here. There's one of the 2 rupees that Eunos needs.
And the funny thing was, Rick, I'm sorry to cut on you, but they were both killing the same things at the same time. Lack was trying to refill his hearts because he had taken a half-heart of damage. Eunos was trying to get money. So it's hysterical. They're both on the screen trying to kill those at the same time.
And that was an oops there for Eunos, who ended up going back in the shop twice. And you do hear that these guys are blowing the recorder going into this Armos.
Yeah, this is the new tricorder that was found. They're able to wake up the Armos, use the recorder, which they're going to have to do after 6 anyway. So what the recorder does is the Armos wake-up time goes through that time of the recorder. So it's woken up by the time the recorder's done blowing. So you're doing 2 things at the same time. You're able to sword through, and the shopkeeper's ready to sell you something right afterwards. So works out very perfectly for Eunos.
Nice 5 rupee drop for Eunos. That's going to give him some arrow room coming up in the room with the Gria.
Yeah, at 5's kind of a little hairy. I don't know if he's going to switch because the 2 times you're going to have to switch up to get the arrows and come back. I think only having 5, I don't think he's going to be using arrow strats.
Definitely good to still have, as there's a nice bomb drop on the floor there for LackAttack.
I think Eunos is trying to force here in this river room. But he's not going to be able to now because he got hit by the bubble. Lack was able to force in the river room. Didn't need to, but being able to is very, very nice. Yeah, just that menu time did not allow Eunos to go ahead and pull it out because you're only going to have 3 or 4 arrows to use anyway, so that's just not enough time commitment to be able to pull out the arrows there.
Yeah, if it's a case where you had the 17 rupees like LackAttack did, you'd be using it as a backup strat.
And the swag meat drop by Eunos. So Lack right now is 2 screens ahead of Eunos, so he's probably about 10-15 seconds right now.
A little bit more than that.
Yeah, they both are having a very clean, though, very full heart, great level 7, besides the time difference.
Because don't forget, Eunos still has to pick up this red candle.
Yeah, that's a good call, too. I keep forgetting he's on that route, so he's probably a good 20 seconds, 15-20 seconds ahead.
Yep, long enough time to go ahead and pick up this red candle. And the other thing that's going to happen is you will see the difference in the spawns from the right side with LackAttack on the normal route as opposed to the red candle route with the Eunos coming up.
Yeah, watch those bubbles. All 3 bubbles start inside on Lack, whereas when you see Eunos get over there, you're going to see a bubble in the middle and then 2 bubbles north and south of his entry position, which those can wreak havoc on you. So it all depends on the RNG after the bubbles spawn, but Eunos does have the worst bubble pattern there.
Looks like LackAttack had a little bit of issues. Stretched on over to arrows, got himself through the room, and here we go to Aquamentus.
Yeah, he stayed on arrows, and he was just going to go ahead and try to find a bomb there just because he's still at 1. Wasn't able to force a bomb past the main room there for Lack, but he is going to get past Aquamentus. He's going to have a decent 7, but more importantly, he does have the lead in this race.
Yeah, and there's that bubble on the bottom there, and it's playing nice this time around.
Yeah, very nice. It might even stay hidden until he's done with this, so that's very good.
Yeah, the problem is, though, unfortunately, the Wallmaster spawned a little too far away. He's going to have to switch on over to the arrows there, get rid of it. Otherwise, he would be in trouble because those bubbles were taking away his sword, and you do not want to get Wallmastered here.
Yeah, absolutely not. So Eunos is going to go ahead and finish up 7. We'll see when this Master Sword pickup, Magical Sword pickup is going to be for both. So we'll see the actual time that Lack has, the actual lead he has right now.
Ooh, nice bomb drop there for Eunos. He had none, so he was going to be nervous heading into 6 otherwise.
Yeah, he was sitting on 0 there, and you do have to have 1 to open up an east wall once we get into 6. You're going to see it on Lack's screen first, but absolutely, that was a great bomb pickup by Eunos.
So LackAttack with the magical sword hanging over to level 6, and Eunos just done with level 7. These two are still very tight with each other. This is not a done race.
Yeah, this isn't even like somebody would have to die to come back type of thing. This is, have a couple bad rooms and the other person's back in it. So this is as tight as we thought it would be. I mean, their spread on average times was 14 seconds, right? Or the best time was 14 seconds, and this is living up to that hype.
Let's see how LackAttack does here in the Belfry.
And most important part about this Belfry is just keep beams, and he does that. It was a slower Belfry than he wants, like, when he's going for chasing his world records and that type of thing. But the most important thing in 6 is keep beams as long as possible, because it just makes every other room that much faster.
Yep, and he gets a bomb drop there from one of the Wiz Robes, and he is done with the Magical Breakfast Room 1.
I'd say it was about an average room for him. Took a little more damage than he wanted to. He's not going to have the beams for Magical Breakfast 2, but depending on the blue Wizrobe pattern and how he handles that in 2, we'll tell his time here.
And now we're up to full 8 bombs here for LackAttack as we head into Magical Breakfast Room 2.
So that bubble's the important thing in this room, right? That bubble went to the right, so Lack was going to be able to aggressively pursue those 2 blue Wizrobes that you saw. He had a really good MB2 here because that bubble just stayed away. That bubble can absolutely wreck your time in Magical Breakfast 2. It's the most important enemy in there. Can't do any damage to you other than sap your time, and unfortunately, Lack got a good pattern.
Yeah, Eunos is in a little bit of trouble here. He's getting cornered all over the place and gets out of it pretty solidly.
Yeah, it took a little bop there at the end, took a Wizrobe shot to the face, but he tried to stay in there so that he did not get bubbled. He was waiting more for the bubble instead of the Wizrobe beams because he can fight himself out of there, and he's not too worried about health other than the refill, but yeah, he needs to grab that key, so he's going to have to go back here, unfortunately.
And he ended up losing more hearts than he gained with that one single heart. LackAttack done with level 6. He's heading over to level 8.
Yeah, this has been a pretty scary 6. In this room, depending on, again, this bubble, what happens here, can either go very smooth for him or very poorly. See how that bubble aggressively pursued him there? It wrecks your entire Magical Breakfast 2. Like I said, it's the most important enemy in that room, and it's the hidden one people don't even think about.
I can tell you for certain myself, with the 36XX on the board, never thought that was considered the worst enemy of the room, but you are right. We saw it come into play in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. So Lack's getting in here into 8 with full 8 bombs. He's at 23-22, putting up a really, really good time. Eunos isn't too far behind him, and he's probably about 30 seconds behind him now. So it's going to take a little more than a couple rooms right now for Lack to lose this lead, but Eunos is putting up a good fight still.
And here we go, the Blue Lagoon 1. This one here, full of blue dark nuts, the beams, and a whole bunch of lag.
Yeah, this is a room he's going to get out of here with almost full health. It's a room there where if you're going to get hit by the fireballs because it's only going to take a half a heart instead of the actual darkness, which take 2. So, if you've got a choice, pick your poison. Definitely get hit by the fireballs.
Getting the beam sword back here for Blue Lagoon 2, and as you noted before, he's making sure that he's getting hit by the fireballs before he gets hit by the dark nuts.
Yep, it's called controlling the damage. I mean, if you're going to get yourself cornered or get yourself in a situation where you're trying to take out multiples at one time, and you see a fireball coming, get yourself in the path of that fireball and keep your attack on, because you're going to take half heart. You're not going to drop your position. You're not going to have to fall back, and it's kind of a retreat position. You can keep attacking them and just take that fireball half heart.
Eunos into the start of level 8 here as LackAttack going up against the 4-headed Gleeok with beam swords.
Yeah, so Lack's almost an entire level ahead right now, so he's probably about, a minute and a half. They're good level 8s, or the 155 range, 156, that type of thing. So with the walk or the whistle from 6, he's got probably about a minute lead right now.
Eunos taking 2 Dark Knot bombs right there, and you can see on his health right there how it affected him.
Yeah, he's going for speed. He probably has Lack up and knows he's behind. Otherwise, he's just looking at his own clock and figures he's behind. So he's going for as much damage and as much speed as possible.
He's got to be careful here. He's getting himself cornered by these blue Dark Knots down to 3.5 hearts.
Yeah, and really he's not getting too many heart drops besides these single ones to pick up other than that to kind of work with his strat.
Doesn't need the bombs, gets the bombs anyway as LackAttack gets ready to go into level 9.
Yeah, Lack's going to have like a 25-42, somewhere around there, entry into 9, which is very, very impressive for a race.
I'd have to say probably the race world record is out of the question at this point, but it looks like Eunos done with level 8. As we noted before, this race is not done over with just yet. Nice forced bomb drop there for LackAttack.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's got 10 and 8 right now, so he's got everything he needs to finish the game. He might force one more time, but he really doesn't need to. 8 bombs right now is enough to finish, so I don't think he's going to slow down at all. You're going to see Lack put the pedal to the metal right now.
So we get our way over to Patra 1. Which way Patra moves depends on how well you can escape without damage.
Yeah, tell me what goes through your mind, Rick, when you see Patra start coming left. It's the worst, right?
Very much. He does go right. LackAttack escapes, no damage.
Yeah, perfect pass through right there. So let's see. The next room is kind of Eunos' baby, right? He's put a lot of work into this next room and is very efficient on it. Lack's very fast too, and if he does Eunos strat by getting here into the middle, it's going to be very fast for him as well. And so far he's clean, which is the most important thing. Again, he wants to limit his damage and not take any damage in this room.
Damageless. Maybe wanted to get the bomb drop because he knew he was at 9 on the count there based on the fact that he got a 5 rupee off the blue whiz robe. But unfortunately, he had to give up on that pursuit because you don't want to be chasing down enemies with bombs because then bad things happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Lack has not taken any damage yet. No bops, no anything. So from his forced bomb from that first room, he was able to count into this room and force another one. So he's sitting here on 8 bombs. He's going to have 7, which gives him 5 to play with in the reverse C.
He's got Beam Sword for reverse C.
The question is, does he use it in a race?
How aggressive does he go? He knows he's got the lead. Look at him go right now over the corner. Oh, got a fairy drop getting hit with the whiz ropes, and he was very aggressive there through the reverse C to pick up those silver arrows.
Man, that takes some cojones that I don't have right there. Going ahead and using beam strats there when you've got the lead. I'm not sure if he has Eunos up, but he knows he's got a good time going. He has a sick reverse C using just beam strats. Gets a clutch fairy there as well, but I gotta think he worked that fairy in there, right? He knew his 10 bomb drop, and then he knew how many enemies he killed between there, so he knew a fairy was coming.
LackAttack in and out. Eddie will take 1 bop from the Patra. That is all.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's got 7 hearts right now, which is more than plenty. The rest of this race is kind of scripted for him. The back half of 9, you should take 1 heart of damage, and that's about it. Unless you have a bad room or a bad fight, but 1 heart of damage is all you should take from here on out.
Unless you're somebody like me who takes a whole bunch because he's not paying attention to whiz ropes.
I've been there, done that. You and me both, man.
Through the final room of required whiz robes, LackAttack getting on over, getting ready to deal with Patra 3. Eunos going through the reverse C, and you're going to see a difference here on how fast it's going to take to get... Oh, clock for Eunos.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he had to wait on that clock because he dropped a bomb, so he's waiting for 1 to get within range. He's only going to get 2 with that bomb anyway, so he went ahead and took the damage on the 1, used the clock so he didn't take any more damage, and then had to clean up the rest with the sword. So sometimes a clock is good and bad. That was kind of a neutral clock for him.
Patrick going over to the right, helping Lack out a little bit as we get ready for the Ganon fight.
Does get the swag arrow in there, so very clutch swag by Lack.
coming on over. Again, not cooperating. Finally gets him over left corner. Here we go. And LackAttack will win this race over Eunos.
All that's left is he going to be sub 30 or not? And get your GGs out, chat, for a first place finish for LackAttack24 with a time of 29:58 official SRL. GGs to Lack.
So just sub 30 here for LackAttack, and he improves to 3-0 in this Swiss portion of this tournament. And the Eunos here finishing up, and this is the kind of run that many people would still dream of here. He's going to be a 31XX here.
Yeah, think of all the problems that Eunos had in this match, and he had to reroute himself and do things he's not usually doing on his own world record chases and his PB chases, and he's still going to put up like a 31. That's ridiculous.
And so here we go, and Patrick 2 and Eunos got himself bombed here just as he was trying to set up for a quick kill. The only question is, will he survive the Ganon fight? With only 4 hearts, High Road Driver takes him out.
Yeah, I gotta be careful here still. 4.5 is kind of that safety, right? Because you can take a bop, but Ganon goes right on both of them, so there's a fireball to the face, but that not a big bop there.
A little close for comfort there. And there we go. And both of these runners will finish this race. And Eunos will come to the finish line, because the time still does matter. Who you face in week 4 matters on your week, your averages. Eunos finishing with an official SRL time, 31:28.
Yeah, what a great race. That absolutely lived up to the hype that we talked about at the very beginning at the start. We knew these guys were going to put up a time right around now. It's just who could be more efficient, who could have kind of the favorable luck going through, and who could take advantage of that luck. So both these runners with one heck of a showing here. And with that, I do think we are joined by the winner of the race, LackAttack. Lack, GG, sir.
There we go. We got LackAttack unmuted now. Congratulations on your win. And we have Eunos here joining us as well.
Hello.
Good game?
Good game.
Oh, you don't have to say that back.
It was more good that we got to play.
Yeah, GG's to both of you guys. And just take us through it. Lack, first, how do you feel the run went, and what were you thinking about?
I was pretty nervous starting, of course. Like, this is a big race, a lot of people watching. I just didn't feel comfortable, like, in the first, 7 or 8 minutes. I just kept missing, like, small things. I missed one screen scroll from 4 to 1, but it didn't mess any spawns up. But I don't know, it was just kind of it's kind of a tense run until I got through the recorder room. Then I kind of eased into it. I didn't. A 2 was kind of rough because I didn't get bombs, and then Dodongo turned immediately, and I missed with my bomb, so I had to kind of wait it out. And then forcing in the river room was what strat I was going with, so luckily I was able to pull that off. But I thought the last 3 I thought were pretty good for a race setting, so just happy to not die in the run.
Yeah, pretty solid level 9. The fact that you had no bops whatsoever heading into the reverse C, that was extraordinary.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, Eunos, we want you to go through that level 3 in Manhandle.
All right.
The fact that even though Manhandle gave you the how do you do, the fact that you still were able to force a bomb off him despite having to sword him 4 times to kill the last head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, what happened was I was on my way on my second screen scroll going to level 3. I turned it back a pixel early, and then I ended up going back to the Tektite screen. So, well,
dang.
actually, yeah, and I got bopped by the lever at the same time. The lever touched me and then pushed me into the screen, and then so my spawns are messed up for the whole level.
That sucks.
Yeah, but I got through Manhandle. I got the bomb off him without having the bomb to actually finish him.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for that, for that hiccup in 3 and then sword and manhandle it down and that type of thing, you actually grabbed the Triforce in 1 first, Eunos. What made you decide to reroute, and how often do you run that route?
Didn't get the whole level 3 situation automatically put me behind on rupees. But yeah, by the time I got out of 1, I'd gotten. Did I get any fiber drops? I must have had 1 if I had 21 rupees, but it's just not enough to have that many rupees in 6 bombs. Kept taking hits and stuff, so my count sucked. So I just said, no, screw it, I'll do Canada route.
Yeah, we didn't know if you would go hundo and then 5-2 or if you would do 2-5 like you did, so we were just wondering.
Yeah, I do. 2-5 is faster, but then I didn't get any rupee drops in 2, so it didn't turn out to be faster. Counting for clocks that I didn't get until finally the reverse C gave one, and it probably you're probably in Patra 3 when I finally got the clock that I counted for. I'm unhappy with that run in general.
Yeah, nothing like getting out of level 5 and still having to sword down some octoroks for rupees.
Frankly, I was lucky I got as many drops as I did. I was ready to force the 10 count to get the money.
Yeah, I think we talked at the top of the race too. The worst part about this entire situation for everybody else is that one of you guys were coming out of here 2-1, and so that 2-1 group was going to face a juggernaut like you guys. So 2-1 group is kind of shaking right now, Eunos.
Maybe I'll get drone again.
Rick's trying to arrange that. He talked about it.
Yeah, more arranging stuff, man.
I'm sorry, I gotta make it interesting for the viewers.
No, this was a cool, on my end, this was a cool race to watch from you guys. I mean, you guys are, at the top of the top in Z1, and it's very awesome. Everybody was real hype all the way through. You guys put on a good show, and for whatever you guys thought about your runs, everybody was stoked to watch this one. So thanks for putting on the show you guys did.
Yep.
I've got 2 words for you guys. Bracket preview.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we may play again in the whatever this phase is called. So
Both
you never know.
Both of you guys will easily be in the double elimination brackets. I know that based on how well you guys play and what your average times are. So it could happen. We could see another round between you two in the brackets, maybe a third one because of the double elimination factor.
Yeah, I mean, there's still so many other good players besides the 2 of us. I mean, I think any of the top 8 could win on any given night. I really think so. I think they could make some noise in the brackets too. So just trying to, do the best each individual race and move on.
Well, congratulations to both of you guys on a decent race. Congrats to Lack and GG to Eunos, and better luck next week. And we'll see how week 4 turns out.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good game.
See ya.
Be sure to follow both of these runners, LackAttack24 and Eunos XX. And I think that's going to do it for us, Redbird Grand. What have we learned out of this race?
My God, I mean, I've learned, we talked about at the very beginning, I talked about the consistency factor, right? And when things go bad, can somebody keep their time low? And we saw it from here. We saw missed screen scrolls, nerves that Lack talked about facing another very fast runner. And he missed a screen scroll, which frankly, I don't think I've ever seen that, watching just his regular runs and that type of thing. So watching these guys kind of improvise, do their thing, one no reset run. And what do we learn? I mean, we learned that these guys are at the top of the game, and it's very fun to watch, Rick.
Yeah, and again, I I'm more than confident that we're going to see this type of race pop up in the bracket somewhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be the championship, but I can just easily see these two having to face each other once again in the next round.
Yeah, and if you're not fixing it, I will, because it was a whole lot of fun. The prep before this, talking to these guys before, and talking to everybody else about the hype of this matchup and that type of thing. So I hope to God we see these two up against each other again.
Yeah, I can't wait for it, though. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. And thanks for joining me, today on a pretty hype match, man.
Absolutely. We still got some more races coming up. Over, let me see what the schedule is for right now. Coming up at 10 o'clock, we have Dark Magician 1184 versus Justin Mann 114. That's going to be over on twitch.tv/Crimson Avix with Liquid Husband and Crescendo 2020 on the call. And then Four Eyes Steven against Breasticle. That's at 11 o'clock Eastern over on twitch.tv/Gary and Old Wolf. That's with Liquid Husband and John Tabin. More races coming up tomorrow as we wrap up the third week of Swiss.
Yeah, and for anybody that popped on, Speed Gaming 1, wasn't sure what you're going to see tonight and kind of just started watching this because the names and stuff, follow this tournament. This is week 3 of 5 of the Swiss. This thing is just getting started. There is so much good activity going on in the Z1 community right now. Everyone's lowering their times. There's so many good things happening right now in this community. So follow the tournament, check out the bracket, check out the Swiss, follow names of runners you haven't seen before. This thing is so much fun to watch, and there's so many very good matches. There's people putting up PBs in their matches right now. It's so awesome to watch. So make sure you don't just watch this one. Watch every match you can of the Z1 tournament.
I do agree. It's been a lot of fun. Both of us are competitors in this, and we've definitely noted our times getting better.
Yeah, for sure. And if your time isn't getting better right now, you're getting passed up because so many people are putting in work in this Z1. It's so cool to see.
All right, we've got to get on out of here because we got a link to the past randomizer key sanity race coming up in 7 minutes from now. It's going to be between Giselle Chef and Haha Cell, as well as Final Flame against Fat Homie with Wilder J. Bradley and Emo Seru coming up on the call. That's here on Speed Gaming. As we mentioned before, we've got more races coming up later this evening. If you want to do !Z1, you can get a full schedule of what's coming up today and tomorrow, including a unique race, by the way, tomorrow. I just want to mention that. We got a unique race coming up tomorrow.
You hyped it up? What's going on? I want to see. I want to hear.
Well, we have two competitors who are playing each other in both Zelda 1 Vanilla and Zelda 1 Randomizer, and they're going to do it back-to-back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, definitely take a look at that. And one of the guys just got back from like a 3-continent tour, so he's well-traveled, rested, and ready to go.
Yeah, Random Effect versus Zeb Gedney. They're going to do it in Vanilla first at 9 o'clock Eastern, and then they're going to follow it up with the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament race right afterwards. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be over on Speed Gaming 2 tomorrow evening. So let's get on out of here. Link to the past randomizer key sanity coming up in just a few moments here on Speed Gaming. I'm Adirondack Rick, Redbird Grants, and I'm out of here.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Thanks, Chad, for coming out. And Rick, good working with you, and we will see you later. Thanks.
Good night.